Okay, Armwrestlers, this video will contain spoilers of East versus West 15 event. I'm back, not home, I'm in Germany to work on a new arm wrestling project that you guys are gonna know everything about very, very soon. To talk about the event, if you haven't seen, if you don't want to see before the matches come out, or you still want to buy the pay-per-view, link is in the description. It's still available, video on demand. But if you know and want to hear some of my thoughts about the event, let's watch the video. So first of all, card on the paper looked amazing. Card in real life was epic. Absolutely greatest arm wrestling event I have ever seen. Some of the matches just absolutely blew our minds. It's very rare when so many of the matches go to the maximum amount of rounds available. And starting from the go, Irina Gladkaya, Brigita Vanfi, that's how it went. Back and forth battle between these two ladies. Brigita won 3-2. Buckle played a big part in that match. But anyway, like a great battle. I think Brigita was in probably the best shape I have seen her. That was a big win versus very strong Irina Gladkaya. Irina is a legend in female arm wrestling, and she definitely will be back. It's very hard to jump in back straight to that level of competition, as you will see later, except if you're Yoshi Kanai. If I forget any of the athletes, I apologize, but I want to talk about some of the most memorable matches and things that, you know, in my mind. So I don't know what was the experience for people watching at home. I have to rewatch the whole event a little bit later. It was almost, I don't know, 6 hours, 7 hours. It was insane. We moved the venue to a different place that it happened this time in a more of a ballroom. And I think the atmosphere was much better as everyone was so much closer. Overall, like a 10 out of 10, right? At one point, I think it was like 1 a.m. and I thought like it was just like 2 hours have passed. But it was such amazing arm wrestling matches that captivated everyone. Like you were just glued. I was glued to my screen as I'm doing commentary with Travis, Neil. And he did another amazing job. All the team, everyone involved, from people that work the sound to people that work the cameras, everyone, just so good to be working with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoy the event. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Second match of the day already went to 7 rounds for the featherweight world title. Daniel Ustino versus Azat Srapian. I didn't expect Azat to be so strong, and in some way I really felt like he also deserved victory. Round number 4, if I'm correct, he pinned, or 5, he pinned his opponent, and as he was pinning, the elbow pad went off. And at that moment, they called malfunction of the arm wrestling table, and you can't give a win, you can't give a foul, nothing, because the table literally broke. And they had a restart, and after that, Azat just couldn't win any more of those rounds. He put on so much, like I would love to see that again, if Daniel Ustino can do it again, but he wanted to go up in weight. But anyway, like great match from the go. Nugzari Chikadze, just like what a pit bull. We saw how hard it is after a big layoff, like Okojan Kocha comes back to arm wrestling, and to jump in that level of competition, he was just overwhelmed by Nugzari everywhere. Just, yeah, great performance for Nugzari. That dude is definitely a weapon, and I feel like he's so motivated, and there's so much in him that, man, if he learns English, everyone's in trouble. David Samushi, 10 title defense, 10 victory. What was it, 4-1 versus Vladimir Mayorov. So there's a lot of talk about what happened in that match. Did Vladimir get a pin on round number 2? So as I see it, like referees are there for a reason, and they will see and look for different things. So maybe from different points of view, different things you're gonna see on the table. Not all cameras are completely lined up with everything you see, like the center lines. If they're a little bit out angled, the further they are away, more distortion you're gonna see. So I don't know if referee made a mistake or something, but I do believe it doesn't matter what the score would be after round 2. I do believe Davidson Mushia would have won anyway that match. Champion is a champion for a reason, his endurance. But Vladimir did much better than the first time. Ready from the go, he just absolutely laid it out for the champion. And yeah, anyway, great match. I know people were disappointed how it ended and that they didn't call the pin there. But sometimes you just hover over that pin pad and referees want you to bury that wrist. That's all they're looking for. I can't say that it was referee's fault or it was like someone else. Like, it is what it is. At that moment, referees, as long as it stayed there, they didn't give a call that it's a pin. So yeah, I have to believe them. Also, I don't think I was commentating that match, so I saw it from the sidelines. Yoshi Kanai. Like, I was doing an interview, I don't remember with who, but we started just looking and we're like what the hell is going on? Yoshi Kanai comes in and almost beats Todd Hutchings. What about that? Like, I gave him negative percentages of winning, and I think many people did. He has open arm top roll, king's move, call it whatever, that is very high and very hard to deal with. And him and Todd just, they match up so great, as Yoshi is so hard, as if you want to get him there, he's going to roll out a little bit. And Todd don't always go for hand control. He doesn't, like when he goes for his attack or side pressure, he doesn't care. He just drives through it. And as soon as he wants to drive more, his wrist was going more and more, and we could see it. And he kind of stuck there, not to completely lose his wrist. And then he showed why he started Hutchings for a reason, why he has all this experience. But Yoshi Kanai came this close. Absolutely amazing match for these two athletes. And yeah, ladies, Diontrina did what she does best, that's hook. Carine Peterson absolutely tried everything. Like, the round number 1 was very, like, it looked like we see some hope, and she actually top rolled in the straps, but she couldn't finish the match. And at the end, Diontrina just, every match got easier and easier, and she won. And the same scenario I could say was for Omer versus Artur Makaro. Omer, every match, like, just the opposite. No, same, hook versus top roll, and absolutely the same. Every match he kind of, he lost a little bit more and more. And round number 4, he was trying his best to hold on, not to get hooked by Artur Makaro, but Artur is very experienced, very strong arm wrestler, and he beat him, I would say, decisively. It wasn't that easy, but it was a struggle. What was easy was Vitaly Letin versus Georgi Zeranov. I thought that there might be something. I really thought that there might be something, but it wasn't. It wasn't even close. Vitaly is just from a different planet, and then I do believe he's a big problem for everyone with left and right arm. He has still holes in his game where you can beat him, but you need to be, like, in my opinion, crazy level top roller that is Devon Larratt, Levan Saganishvili, and Hermes Gasparini. You need to be somewhere there, or maybe Georgi Tsvetkov. So that's yeah. For Zano, like, I thought he would get a little bit more, but he just couldn't. Sago and Reno, big fan of Reno. That kid is so impressive. I can say kid, I'm 14 years older. He's just a warrior, an absolute warrior. I at the start I thought, like, how will he stop him? Because those first 2 rounds looked like he was just cutting him through like a butter. And then Sago, like we talked before, round 3, he gets tired. He starts getting more tired and more tired and more tired. And Reno fought his way to get in a hook and beat him. And somehow, in round number 6, when we thought it's all over, Sago finds energy and presses Reno. And so we go to a silver bullet. And again, we have to go to the 7th round, to the maximum rounds we could play. We did so many times in this event. It was crazy. Like, I have never experienced anything like that. Matchmaking on Engin's part was on point, and arm wrestlers' dedication to win their matches on point. So Reno, new heavyweight champion. Most likely in the future is a match with Devon at 115 kilos. We have to talk about Michael Todd, Gennady Kukunin. Michael, I do believe he's different. Like the things that I saw from him on the table, like top rolling Gennady out of the straps, keeping his pronator engaged where he completely opens his arm up and just can be turned anywhere. He's still stretched out to the max, but it is different Michael in my opinion. He kind of embraced who he is, and and I do believe he's the strongest I have ever seen. That was an absolute perfect display on how Michael Todd can beat almost anyone. He will drain you, and then the press is coming, and if you think you're gonna press with him, Michael might press you. And we saw against Kamil, we saw against Gennady. That's a big win, big W for Michael Todd. He is somewhere there deserving a really good match. Either it's, I don't know, I would love him and Svetkov. That's an interesting one. I would love a rematch versus Hermes. That's also an awesome match. Like so many matches, just put Michael in. And yeah, Gennady, wasn't bad at all. I just don't think he was ready for Michael like Michael was ready for him. I think maybe he took a little bit too not serious, because the last time he won so decisively. Again, 3-2, went into the last round, and that's how it ended. Alijan and Ivan. Listen, Alijan, like I said, I have said this for years to everyone. He's different. He's my favorite left-hand arm wrestler. It's just insane, like what he can do on table. It's absolutely insane. He beat Ivan where Ivan beats people, and that's crazy. I do believe he ranks great with, it doesn't matter who it is on left arm. I think he's ready to pull them all. It's either Vitaly, Morozov. I think he deserves it, and I would love to see him in a battle with both of them. Bad dude. Pound for pound, best left hand on the planet. Pound for pound, like it's not even an argument. But we still have to wait for him to pull some of the heavyweights, as the heavyweight match is most likely going to happen on the next big event. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting a lot of people, but I'm trying to figure out what matchups should I talk about. But Kili and Jacques. But Kili is so impressive. After coming back, losing his wrist, that round number 1 was so tough, but he's so strong. It's incredible how strong he is. I do think, I would love to see him versus Alijan if they're somewhere close in the same weight, but I would still bet my house on Alijan. But I think it would be maybe better than some other people have done. As Betkili is so weird. Like his power is just biblical. I most likely I forgot some of the matchups, and people will roast me in the comments, but it's fine. Let's talk about Devon and Petrenko. So I thought that Petrenko will have more from the go. I really expected him to have more from the first rounds, but right there from the first rounds, even with the weight loss, with everything, which takes a toll on your body, Devon just stonewalled him. Like there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing. If we talk about pound for pound grades, in my opinion, Devon Larratt, pound for pound best arm wrestler on right arm, Alijan on left arm. But if you rank where, comparing matches, Devon wins easier. And the way he beat Oleg Petrenko, listen, the whole situation, how it went down, I'm not a fan. Because I do believe that he didn't have to, in some words or sense, humiliate Petrenko. He didn't have to taunt him. He didn't have to do any of those things. He could have just easily won. And that's why so many people get pissed. And I see the comment section, people are still cut in the middle. They're like, yes, I love him for that. And yes, I hate him for that. I don't think that was necessary. But also, I do believe Devon is in full villain arc. And it kind of goes through if you don't remember, I remember about 6 years ago, people hated him. Like really, Devon wasn't loved at all. And then somewhere in between, he became the hero. I don't think he wants to be hero anymore. And I do believe he wants to be the villain. And that's definitely like the thing that the shock value, the entertainment, it is there. The whole thing that happened afterwards, like you can see me on the stage, and I was like first of all, I know there's not going to be real violence. I don't think anyone's going to hit anyone. I'm certain of it. And even if they will, I'll be like, I'm too tired. It's like 3 a.m. I don't care. So I just found a seat and I sit down, and I was just sitting there enjoying the show. I don't think Engin should have allowed him and Morozov pull, and then the whole situation with him showing Engin away and this all this, it was all unnecessary in my opinion. But somehow, like, I do like a little bit of chaos. I didn't like all that, but it puts, again, a lot of eyes on arm wrestling. Is it good? Is it bad? His nickname is No Limits. So what are we expecting? And I think, like, the whole build-up, the whole things, and someone made a comment and said, like, the whole thing about Legacy Hammer, Dennis, Devon being a cheater, and all those things. All those things kind of came together in that moment with the match with Petrenko and then pulling with Morozov. For me, that's not something I would do. Like, this is not something I would encourage anyone to do. But as long as, like, it still happened, like, no one was there to say, let's not do this, let's stop, you know? So I think it's again, as long as you allow Devon to be Devon, he's going to be Devon. And I do feel like people are thinking that it's like Devon. But there's a character. There's Devon arm wrestler. And I do believe he exists, because I have met both of them. And, like, everyone wants to pull Devon, but if you think about it, it's the worst experience of your life. It's literally, if everyone's like, I want to pull Devon. And then you think just like, let's go back. Just rewatch the match versus Georgi Tsvetkov. Let's go back. Rewatch the match versus Dave Chafee. Rewatch the match versus Leonidas. And then watch the match with Petrenko. All the things that are happening there, like, why would you want to be on the receiving end of that? Like, why would you want to be on the receiving end of that? And there was I do believe this is his villain arc. And eventually he will stop being a heel and come back as a hero, because we need him as a hero. But Devon is doing Devon, and it is what it is, and it definitely will bring more to arm wrestling. You can love it, you can hate it. It's maybe not completely my cup of tea, but I do understand it. And, like, if someone, like, I just want to see if someone can actually, like, you know, like ethics committee, give him a call or something about these situations. I haven't seen anyone. People will get mad about some other people, like, even being a little bit disrespectful, and then Devon is doing this, but it's fine. So either everything is fine or nothing is fine. That's how I see it. It's a weird thing. It's a very weird thing. I don't even know. I'm very confused. I have to rewatch, and I rewatched the moment with him and Morozov and Engin on the stage, and I was like, every time I watched it, like, it was getting more and worse and worse and worse. But again, it happened, you know. And if you give a Devon an opportunity, anyway, that wrist buckled for sure. But if you give a Devon an opportunity to beat the best left hand on the planet, he's gonna take it. Like, if you tell him you can do it, he will take it and he will run with it. And Morozov comes on the stage, like he had to do, to give the belt to Devon, and then, right, the whole situation there. It's like, I expected him to go hard on Dennis at that moment, but that didn't happen. Yeah, this will be a weird one. We'll see what is the aftermath afterwards. I have no idea, you know. But this is my thoughts, as much as it is. I don't think some of those things are necessary. But if they're allowed, it is what it is. Anyway, like, overall, like, the ending was kind of weird. Not weird, but really weird, right? And I think there's a second event where Devon tried to, like, he choked out Artem Ternenko. I remember that too. But I was entertained. Everyone was entertained. Everyone was glued. Everyone was talking about it. And if that's what we wanted, or that's what Devon wanted, he got it. Like, right? Yeah. Overall, East vs. West 15 was an amazing event. Absolutely loved it. I'm so grateful to be part of it. I met so many arm wrestlers. I have to say, shout out to Henry, and of course Alex. Alex is doing the translations for Georgians and Russian speakers. Dude's crazy good. Hope to get him back every time. Really appreciate him with all the help. and so much more, and so much more. That goes a lot of work in making these events. Robert Baxter was there with his business partner Dexter, and they were like looking at it. Dexter's, I think, first arm wrestling event he has been to, and he really enjoyed it. And then afterwards, we were eating like at 4 o'clock, and then the future is looking very bright for World of Arm Wrestling. And I do believe these episodes, as weird they are, they help us. Like the obscene, the weird, the unexpected. Yeah, I'm going too long. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Now I have to do a lot of work. I'll see you on the next event. Stay strong. Love arm wrestling.